Hi guys, welcome back to Mommy Yaya Tarot. This is Mommy Yaya. Welcome back to my channel. I will be doing tarot today, guys. I do want to talk to you guys for a little bit though, so I might just make that two different videos, okay? I wanted to talk to you guys today about the spiritual warfare that we currently are undergoing, like as a country, but also like as a society right now, okay? There's not a lot of people that are talking about this. There's not a lot of people that are tapped into this. I don't think at this point everyone is really so wrapped up in all the 3D worldly stuff that we are kind of out of touch as far as like what's going on behind the scenes. So I think I just want to take some time to kind of reel it back in. This has nothing to do with the superficial, has nothing to do with love and twin flames or anything like that, but it does have everything to do with the nature of your soul and the way that it is being tested right now. There are so many different forces at play to eject you from your soul purpose, from your soul mission, from your soul resonation. The world right now is designed to take you outside of yourself, and its goal is to essentially teach you how to live outside of your own body, to live outside of your own consciousness, to live outside of your own morality, your own ethics system, your own standards, what you value in life. I am seeing a lot of spirits go in and out of people's bodies. I'm seeing a lot of mental illness being spread just by being around certain energies that don't really want to heal, that don't really want to change, that don't really want to learn from what they're going through. They kind of just want to wallow in it and sit in their shit. And that specific shit is it's becoming contagious right now. I'm sorry, there's like so many things I need to talk about with you guys. Side note, I have been away from YouTube because I have been handling things, okay? Straightening things out on my end, getting all my personal familial affairs together and whatnot, making sure my son is straight and everything like that. So I do apologize for my absence from YouTube, you guys. But anyway, I'm here. Okay? Never too far, never too far. But I do, again, want to talk about the ways that we should be protecting ourselves every single day, because the enemy never sleeps, okay? So while you are sleeping, while you are resting, while you might be taking a break, there is an enemy. It doesn't even have to have a face or gender, but there is an enemy that is plotting on you, okay? Plotting on your soul, plotting on your happiness, plotting on your health, your welfare, your family. Like, yeah, it's really real. The way to protect yourself right now, spiritually speaking, prayer. Pray. Every day you should be praying. Multiple times you should be praying. Especially when it's hard, especially when you feel like your energy is low, especially when you feel like you have no one, especially when you feel like there's no one out there that's listening, or there's no one out there that understands you. That is when you need to get closer to God. That is when you need to connect to your higher power. That is when you need to walk back to source, to reconnect, because in reality, we are never disconnected from spirit. We are never disconnected from God. We are never disconnected from grace. So there's nothing and no one that can essentially turn you away from God outside of your own self and your own will. Okay? Also understand that we live in a very magical world, okay? So what you pay attention to, you give energy to. So make sure that the things that you are investing your time in and day out are actually productive to yourself, productive to your health, productive to your best timeline. Because, you know, the things that you are doing every day is essentially the things that you are, the things that make up who you are, your components, because it is not our goals, it is not our dreams, it is not our desires that become us, it is our habits, okay? Also, be very much so aware of the people that you have around you. I don't care if you just met them yesterday. I don't care if you've known them all your life. I don't care, family, friends, whoever, it doesn't matter. Especially if you have children, please protect the kids, protect your mind at all times, okay? Because there are people that are around us at this point that are compromised, okay? We are vessels. We are vessels of God, okay? We are children of the God, the Most High, right? So we have to understand that whether we are on the quote unquote good side or quote unquote bad side right now, both sides are very powerful. We all know what side is going to win and what side has already won. But in the meantime and in between time, while we are going through the motions of this spiritual war, we must understand that our thoughts become things. We must understand that our words are spells. We must understand that the people around us essentially are either hindering us or protecting us in this spiritual war, and we must move accordingly. Again, it's literally so essential that it's happening. There's even a reason why I didn't do too much for this video. Like, I don't want anyone to be distracted by anything that I'm saying right now, okay? So I don't really want to, anyway. But know that at the end of the day, God has not put you in any situation that you cannot overcome, that he will not provide assistance for, that you do not have spiritual support for, that you do not have people on the other side fighting for you for. I'm not sure if anyone is familiar with their ancestral altars, but I do have one myself for those of you who do not know. Your ancestors, those on the other side, those that you love that are related to you, they love you and they want you to reconnect to them. They do want to assist you. They do want to communicate with you while you are in this realm. But that is a choice that you have to literally decide for yourself. That's not a necessarily mandatory thing, but there are certain things that things like the church and religions try to walk us away from and keep us away from, to keep us disconnected from our roots, and to keep us disconnected from our power, and to keep us disconnected ultimately from our ancestors. Okay, what else? I'm sorry. Like, there's just so many things that, like, I need to speak with you guys today about. Oh, the children. I'm not even going to get too icky with the, trafficking rings and everything, but I'm not even religious, but please make sure that you are feeding your children some type of spiritual information, something that their mind can feed on and resonate with in hard times, when they are challenged, when they are feeling sad, when they are feeling depressed, etc. Because that information that you are feeding your children right now, that will ultimately become their coping mechanisms. That will become their subconscious. The way that you are talking to your children, the way that you are treating your children, that will also be how the world treats your children. Also, I feel that there are a lot of mothers that are estranged from their own mothers, disconnected, myself included. Having no mother does not excuse you from learning the lessons that needed to be learned that your mother failed to teach you. Okay? Even with having no father, if someone had no father, having no father does not excuse you from the lessons that you should have learned from your father. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what you learned or did not learn from someone else. It's about what you're choosing to learn for the people that are coming after you. Right? So that puts a bigger spotlight on yourself versus the people that failed you, right? And it also takes some of the heavyweight off of whether they did their part with you or not. Because it's like, okay, well, whether you did or you did not, or however much you did do, this is how much I have to work on from right here, from this point in my life. And understanding where you need to work on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little congested. I'm actually getting over a cold. Understanding where you need to work on, what you need to work on, things of that nature. It's important for your boundaries. It's important for you to understand who you are, the type of person you are, your character, your goals, your values, your dreams, your direction in life, where you fit in. It's important to understand your piece of the puzzle in specific. And when you understand yourself, it'll be that much easier to guide, not necessarily like demand or enforce, but guide your children, right? Because children actually are very much so intuitive themselves. They're actually very much so powerful themselves, and they're very insightful. Children do have their own individual personalities. I'm not saying that children don't need to learn certain things from their parents, because of course we need to teach them. But we should not be trying to dictate their reality or to dictate their personality or dictate their direction in life based off of our fears, based off of our anxieties, based off of the things that we failed to do in life, or based off the things that we wish we did not do in life. Your child is your child's own person, and they deserve the right and the leeway to fuck up however they need to fuck up in order to learn their lessons, just like you had the freedom to do so for yourself, right? Okay, also, when it comes down to your diet, spiritual diet is so important. Your diet is not just, what you're eating. It's also what you're drinking, what you're consuming, the music that you're listening to, the shows that you are watching, the things that you are reading, the people that you are working with, the type of work that you do. Everything around you is your diet. Your environment essentially is your diet. So if you notice yourself feeling a little sluggish or down or depressed or angry, anxious, anything beyond like highly vibrational, like uplifted, happy, energetic, proud, just kind hearted for no reason, like, just bubbly and chippery for no reason, that is our natural vibration. Understand that. So if those emotions are unfamiliar to you, understand that you are in a bad environment, and you probably also need to work on your diet, right? So our body goes through things and it emits certain emotions, not so we can be trapped in those emotions, but more so we can target those emotions, figure out where they're coming from, get to the root of those emotions, and figure out how to process them out of our bodies, right? Because they're called emotions for a reason, right? So that's energy and motion. So in order to understand your emotion, again, you have to get to the root of it. You have to understand it and move it out of your body. So yoga, meditation, well, meditation doesn't really move the actual energy, more so the thought, but yoga, working out, breath work for sure, especially when you're very much so prone to like outbursts or tempers, or you're just not very patient as a person. Breath work is so great. Like it's so great for you, as far as literally just taking that extra 2 to 5 seconds to breathe in and breathe out and allow your mind to really like regulate itself. Those types of things will be important. Not only have they always been, but going forward, because the world is about to be a lot more pressurized. It's going to have a lot more chaos going on, a lot more things that are designed to affect you specifically and directly. And you do need to understand how to keep your homeostasis regulated, how to keep your mind, body, and soul as one, how not to just completely flip off the board, and how to ultimately hold on to your soul, and probably hold off on spazzing on people as well. But yeah, so those things are very much so important. I did want to kind of like point those things out. Also, make sure that you are preparing yourself for just any emergency type of situations. The Canada situation was in Canada for sure, but at the same time, what if something like that was to happen in America? What products do you have right now in your house that will secure you for the next 2 to 5 weeks or 2 to 4 weeks, as far as to make sure that you and whoever lives in your household are okay? So you need to be thinking about stuff like that, like supply lists for emergency evacuations or just emergency situations in general in your hometown. Also, when it comes to certain efficacy challenges that are upcoming, understand that God will always make a way for you as long as you trust in him and as long as you lead by faith and not by sight. So you cannot go to God and be fearful about whatever you prayed about and then expect reality to be exactly what you prayed for, because that's basically saying, God, I trust you, but only to a certain extent, because I'm going to stress about this right now. Or they also say, if you are going to worry about it, then you can't pray about it. And if you are going to pray about it, then don't worry about it. Like, you can't do both. And you literally cannot do both. Because doing both, again, is telling God, like, I love you and I trust you, but I don't trust you like that. It's telling God you have trust issues. And you can't be doing that when it comes to your manifestation, when it comes to your spiritual protection, when it comes to your direction in life. That's very dangerous for yourself. That's basically self-destructive. And also understand that if you are in a weird family dynamic, if you are estranged with your family, if you are not in communication with any key figures, if you lost anyone in your family, my heart goes out to you. Nothing but love, nothing but appreciation, nothing but respect for you. And also understand that you actually are never alone, no matter how many people you have to lose, not many people how no matter how many people you have lost, and no matter how many people you will lose in the future. I don't know why that was such a tongue twister. But yeah, like, you are never alone, especially not on the other side, okay? Your spiritual guides are always around you. Angels are always protecting you, okay? So if you ever feel alone, just pray. Like, if you ever feel stressed, just pray. If you're ever pissed off, just pray. If you ever want to, like, throw your head out the window, just pray. Like, people do some wild stuff, and it's like those things could be prevented if they literally just would pray about them. And I understand that a lot of people my age have left the church because they lost faith in the people who are preaching the word. Me personally, I'm not going to get too much in the religious aspect of things, but I do know for a fact that I can talk about God all day, and I can talk about how real God is all day, and I can talk about how essential prayer is all day, because that's those tools that you need to survive. Those are the things that you need to know. God is real. Prayer is real. Prayer is protection. There is no heavier spell. There's no sage stick. There's no spell to cast. Like, pray about that shit. Like, honestly, like, people feel very much so big-headed when they acquire certain skills and knowledge from the world, and they understand certain things about our history and where we come from. But if you miss the part where we are children of God, and we are vessels of the Most High, then you kind of miss the whole entire key to life. You miss the whole point of being here. We all have agreed to be here at this specific time, on this specific timeline, and it would behoove us all, in order to literally just drop whatever trauma that we picked up here, whatever negativity we picked up here, whatever baggages that we picked up here, just drop it off, because this is time to ascend past the bullshit. This is the time to protect you and your generation, your lineage, your legacy, and you cannot do that with your head in your ass or being sad about shit. And I'm not trying to be insensitive, because I totally understand. Like, I feel personally everyone should feel how they feel, get through their emotions, but get through their emotions. Like, you have to grow through what you go through. So you can't be stuck on the same track. You can't be stuck on the same trauma. You can't be stuck on the same thing that fucked you up 10 or 15, 5 years ago. Like, you have to build a bridge and literally get over it, because it's sink or swim in life. And what people are not going to tell you in school, even sometimes what people won't tell you in your family or in your friendship circle, is that if you do not choose to swim, life will try to sink you on purpose. So it is an active fight. It is an active, you have to continue to keep yourself regulated, to continue to push yourself, to continue to put your best foot forward, because I won't even say there's people out to get you, but there are lower level entities that do not like that you are where you are in the universe, okay? So please understand the gravity that there are beings that are jealous of your position. There are beings that are jealous of the fact that you do get to feel. There are beings that are jealous of the fact that you can reproduce any color that you would like to. There are beings that are jealous of the fact that if you wanted to, you could live past 100 years old. So you have to understand the type of energy that is actually attacking you when you're choosing to move forward, because it's not the people around you, it's not the environment around you, but that thing, that diet, that bad trick of the mind can mess you up in a sense where you do feel like it's the things around you, and you miss sight of the fact that you have control over yourself in any environment. Okay, don't let that go over your head. Okay, but yeah, so I think that's what I wanted to talk about for right now, guys. Yeah. But I'm about to do tarot, so if you guys are into that, stay tuned for my next video. Thank you guys for watching. I love y'all, and honestly, pray, okay? Protect yourself, protect this world, pray over everything that you have a problem with, okay? Don't stress about it, pray about it, okay? Remember, wherever you go, there you are. I love you guys. Peace.